Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hookster Talks with me and Mr. TB the bear. Yes, everyone's favourite bear. Um, 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 um. Yes, you see, you came on here specifically to see an old man biting a bear, didn't you? I know. This is the kind of entertainment you don't get on any other F1 channels. No, this is it. I love my bear. Yes. Anyway, let's quickly move on. Let's go to the chat straight away. Hello to Mr. Daniel S. He says, how do you think Yuki will get on in the Red Bull? That's a very good question, sir. Welcome to the stream. Let's just answer the rest of the comments before I continue with that. Hello, Mr. Polish Eddie. Welcome to the stream. He says, yay for Yuki. Yay. Hi, Dave, and hi to you, sir. Hi to you. Yes, yay for Yuki. Mr. Rugara, hello, welcome to the stream. He says, crazy what Red Bull has done, not going to lie. And Jason Ely, welcome to the stream. So he says, Yuki in the bin. So there you go, there's another opinion there. He wants Yuki in the bin. Now, one bit of information I have found out, which I didn't know. I don't know whether this has been a new regulation or whether it's always been there for quite a while in Formula One. But apparently, just move my chat over a little bit because it doesn't look quite symmetrical. And we like a bit of symmetry, don't we? Yes. Hi, Daniel. Welcome to the stream, mate. Welcome, 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 all you lovely people. Now, yes, apparently, as I say, I don't know whether this is a new regulation or whether it's been enforced for years. Who knows? Because it's never actually cropped up, I don't think. So, you know, I mean, the FIA change the regulations every single year, and there's lots of little regulations in there that we don't ever even hear about. But apparently, Red Bull can only do one more driver swap for the rest of the season for 2025, and that's it. So this could be a problem. If Yuki doesn't perform, they've only got two options. Number one is to reverse back round again and put Liam in that seat. Now, obviously, already this has proved not to be working, so that would be a real gamble. Because all they've got is basically his word saying, "Oh no, I'm going to be a lot better now," or they get rid of Yuki and get another driver in his place, which would be another huge gamble for Red Bull, and I don't think they'd want to do that. So I'm thinking that they're just hoping and praying that Yuki is going to do well, and I hope to God that Red Bull are going to do the job better than the Racing Bulls have done and not try to sabotage Yuki. They need to give him as much support as they can, because otherwise they're going to be in a lot of problems further into the season. Now, if Yuki doesn't perform, this is going to be a huge ball ache for Red Bull. So they themselves will be hoping that Yuki does well, and then that will eliminate all this second driver problems anyway, because let's face it, Red Bull are the only team on that grid that have got these second driver problems. No other team really. I mean, you've got rookies on the grid right now, but they're bound to have problems in regards to performances. This is always going to be the case. But you haven't got the fundamental problem that you've got at Red Bull, which is no one else can drive that number 2 car. That's the problem. And that is basically down to Red Bull, because from day one, they've put all their eggs in one basket. And that basket is, of course, Max Verstappen, Maxi Boy. Now, I've got no problem with that whatsoever. But if something like this happens, and it has happened, they are really in the mud right now. And they've really got to see if they can get themselves out of it. But to be fair, it is entirely, Red Bull's doing. It really is. There's no one else to blame but themselves. I mean, they paid off Checo. How I understand it, they did pay off Checo with quite a bit of cash. Who I'm pretty sure you've probably seen the memes that are about in F1 at the moment. There's one where there's Checo sitting on his sofa with this big pile of cash, literally sort of all around him, with this big smile on his face, laughing at Liam Lawson. I mean, that's great, because he probably is right now. Because if anyone remembers, I think was it last year or the year before, when he did that pass on Sergio Perez and stuck his finger out. That's gonna haunt Liam Lawson now for the next 20 years. It really is. That's gonna haunt him now, because I mean, it was good, it was funny, but now it's come back to haunt him because now he is out of that number 2 Red Bull seat because basically no one else can drive that car because it is fundamentally set up 100% for Max Verstappen. I understand they don't even share setups between Max and whoever it is going to be eventually in the number 2 slot. They don't share setups. Now, I know a lot of the other teams do. I know McLaren are very much, sharing data. They don't share the whole of their setup. So, Piastri's setup is not shared with Lando or vice versa. But certain elements of the setup is shared between the two because, those elements are basically the same between the two cars. So they share stuff like that. They're not going to share each other's setup because obviously each driver's different and sets the car up differently. But the fundamentals, the default of a setup is shared. But how I understand it, they don't even do that at Red Bull. They don't share any of that data between the two drivers. It is all set up purely for Maxi Boy Verstappen. And that's why the number 2 car is very, very difficult to drive. Very, very difficult to drive. Now, I'm hoping and praying that Yuki does well because otherwise this is going to be another driver's career ruined because they will dump Yuki. And I just see another Daniel Kvyat situation happening with this Red Bull. I mean, if I remember Daniel Kvyat from a few years ago, the driver who started in Toro Rosso and then he was promoted to Red Bull. He didn't quite perform in Red Bull, so they demoted him back to Toro Rosso. And then I do believe he was then promoted again into Red Bull. Is that correct? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But yeah, driver swap all over the place. And in the end, it didn't do his career any favours and he was dropped. And in the end, not only did he lose his driver's seat, but he lost his girlfriend as well to Max Verstappen. Now, if that isn't a kick in the nuptials, I don't know what isn't. Yes. Good old Kelly PK. Good old Kelly PK. She was obviously going for the guy with the biggest bank balance. Yes, the biggest bank balance. Polish Eddie says, gotta go pack, but just wanted to say hello. Oh, thank you. Yeah, go pack, mate. Go pack. Don't watch this rubbish. Don't watch this rubbish. Go pack. Or just have it on in the background while you're listening to this rubbish while you're packing. But yeah, don't do anything else. Blimey. Mr. Rugawa says, I actually did a thing of Verstappen versus all his teammates, and they've all been destroyed. Yes, they have. All his teammates have been destroyed. Even Ricciardo, that came closest, won races, got less podiums and was outscored, etc. At the end of the day, they clearly didn't think he was good enough, so like why they bring him up, I still find it moronic. But anyway, exactly. Like they've literally destroyed El Rey, I don't understand these names. Chapman or whichever you want to mention, or the name Oswald, etc. Red Bull, that is. I agree. Yes, it's not a good situation at Red Bull. It has to be said. It's not a good situation. But as I say, it's entirely their own doing because they have set up their car just for Max and no one else can drive it. I just hope little Yuki could drive it. As I say, otherwise his career is going to be in the bin. How many of those second driver careers have gone in the bin? A lot. It's like a poisoned chalice, that second seat. It really is. It's like, oh my God. In fact, I think pretty much no one actually wants it. I mean, Yuki probably didn't have much choice, He was like, yeah, you're right, you're going in the Red Bull, Yuki. And he was like, okay. But every time I think of that second seat of the Red Bull, it just reminds me of The Exorcist. With Linda Blair with her head spinning round. It's like, no, don't put me in that car. I'm sure the car's actually haunted. I'm sure the car is actually haunted. I'm sure it is. There's lots of demons in that second car at Red Bull. They need to send an exorcist in there. Christ compels me. Christ. How did that saying goes? I can't remember from The Exorcist, because they parodied it so much and put it in other movies that I can't even remember what the original line was. But if you've seen The Exorcist, you'll know what I'm talking about. When he starts chucking the holy water at him and he goes something like, "With Christ compels me." I just find that really funny, that bit. And of course, we've had the parodies. I think it was in Scary Movie, wasn't it? When they're basically throwing up pretend sick over each other. That was quite funny. Hello, Mr. Frey Bentos. Can I just say I love your pies. I really do love your pies. Yes, your steak and kidney pie is just the best. It's the only pie I've ever known that hasn't actually got a base to it. No. If anyone doesn't know, Frey Bentos, I think they're only popular in the UK, aren't they? I mean, they probably sell to Europe, but I think they're only popular in the UK. Frey Bentos, it's a huge pie, but it's in a metal tin. So it's in a metal tin shaped pie. It takes literally 45 minutes to get the lid off because you can't use a standard tin opener because it's too big and it's too tough. So you've literally got to find some kind of implement to hack into this pie lid, because if you don't take the top off, because you basically just stick it straight in the oven. So you've got to take the lid off, otherwise it'll just explode. I've stuck one in the oven without taking the lid off. And oh my God, the mess was... Yeah, it literally explodes due to the heat build up inside. So you've got to take the lid off. And as I say, you can't use a tin opener. It's way too big. I've used electric tin openers. No. In the end, I think I've got a manual tin opener which just about does it. But yeah. So you have to take the lid off, or at least just, prise it open a little bit, just to let the heat out. Otherwise, it will explode. But here's the thing: it's got a lovely pastry top, but there's nothing underneath that pastry top apart from the filling. There's no actual sides of a pie because it sits in this tin pot. That's how you eat it. You eat it out of the tin pot. I mean, you can decant it onto a plate if you so desire, and then you'll get a plate of meat and I think some vegetables or whatever. I can't remember now. Steak and kidney. I think it had a few vegetables in it. Meat and some vegetables. You can decant it and you'll get the top, the lovely pastry top as well. You'll get that. But there's no bottom to a Frey Bentos pie. Any of their pies, no bottoms at all. Very strange. Only in England can we have pies with no bottoms. Yes, only in England. Why have I just spent the last 5 minutes talking about Frey Bentos? I've no idea, but that's what you get on this show. Helmet is a helmet, says Mr. Frey. But yes, he really is. He says Yuki is going to absolutely flop in that car. He will crash at least once at Suzuka and probably be out on the first lap. Well, there you go. You heard it here first. Yuki's going to be not very good. And Mr. Regard says justice for Perez as well. Yes, but I said this last year. I said I didn't think the problem was Checo Perez. I thought the problem was the car. And clearly that is the problem. I mean, they got rid of Liam for underperforming, but I don't think he is underperforming. I just think that he can't get to grips with the car because no one can. Because as I've said before, it's set up for Max Verstappen. The bottom. Oh, I wonder what you were talking about when you're talking about bottoms, then, young man. I've got it now. He's talking about the pie. The bottom cost too much to produce. Yeah, it did. You're right. The bottom cost too much to produce. Oh my God. You know what though? I actually want a Frey Bentos pie right now, and you've done me in now for the evening because I haven't got any, and I want a Frey Bentos pie now. Unbelievable. But you're right. Yeah, the bottom cost too much, so they didn't bother it. But it's such a strange. I'm getting a message. Okay. Oh, it's from Google. Google have sent me a message themselves. What do they want? What does Google want? This is important. Please don't tell me my channel's been taken off it. No, it can't be, otherwise I won't be broadcasting. Hang on. Got to see what Google sent me. Don't very often get messages from Google. When you do, you have to look at them because it could be important. What's the matter on Google? Google. Find your tax reporting documents. Oh, God. Oh, Google, that's so boring. Why didn't you just tell me you've given me £1,000 because you think my channel's awesome? That would have been a lot better. But no, you want me to press a button to manage my tax info. Unbelievable. Yeah, I ain't doing that now. I ain't doing that now because that's boring tax info. I basically every year, because the channel's monetized, I have to sort out the tax because it's a US. Google's a US company, and of course you have to sort out the tax. Even though I don't pay tax for YouTube, I have to pay because it's American tax. So, and I have to fill out a form every year to say, you know, I'm in the UK. I can confirm I'm in all that baloney. All that baloney. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have to pay tax because it's an American company. Yes, an American company. I don't actually pay tax for it over here, but because it's an American company, I've got to pay them tax. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, enough about Google. Mr. Rugara says, I hope he's at least enjoying his money for a year. I bet he is. I bet he is. I bet he's had 57 hookers this month already. No. Don't say that, Dave. I do believe he's a married man, isn't he? With children, yes. So I take that back. I take that back. Yes. We'll leave the hookers to Yuki. He's not a married man, is he? No. Perhaps Sergio will pay for Yuki's hookers, and then maybe we'll get a good result out of Yuki. Oh dear. Well, look at this, everyone. That's it now. My life's complete. I'm done. Will F1 is in the chat. Yes, Will F1, the greatest thing to come out of Yorkshire since Peter Sutcliffe. It's Mr. Will F1. Yes. Now, just for you, Will. Don't do this for all my clients, but just for you, clients, you get a special wave from TB. But I don't want everyone else to get upset, just because Will's in the house. So, Mr. Rugara, you get a special wave from TB as well. And Mr. Frey Bentos, lover of pies, you get a wave from TB as well. And Mr. Polish Eddie, but he won't be watching now because he's packing, you also get a wave from Mr. TB, and Daniel S, and Jason Ely. I think that's everyone. What about the Moaning York? Please. We can't even put the best thing to come out of Yorkshire and the Moaning Yorkshirean in the same sentence. That doesn't even... How does that even interlock? It's like trying to put a square peg into a round hole. That was never going to work, was it? That was never going to work. Never, ever going to work. Yes. But that's it. Mr. Will F1 is in the chat. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye. Did you miss me? Good evening, Hookster, from your second most favourite Yorkshireman. No, I think you're my favourite Yorkshireman, actually, Will. Yeah, not to put a finer point on it. Definitely. The man that received 12 points for a damn good crawl run performance. Will F1 Gaming. Yes. What about the Moaning Yorkshireman? What about the Moaning York? That's what I say. What about him? TB naked. No, we can't do TB naked. No. Where's Plynal Pessy? Yes, where is Plynal Pessy? Yes. He was here yesterday, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, he made a comment on my F1 25 video. So he was about yesterday. There's probably something far more exciting on the TV right now. Or there's probably something in the world far more exciting than this stream. In other words, everything. Everything is far more exciting than this stream. Show us the point standings, Dave. Well, just for you, Will F1, I will do that. Your wish is my command. Yes, because I'm like a puppet on a string. Did. The Moaning Yorkshireman delivers racing balls minus one fat. I saw that. Frey Bentos, sorry, been busy tonight. I will let you off. I gave racing balls minus 500 million. There you go. Shall we talk about the absolute garbage that will be F125? Let's talk about that right now. Or, as a lot of commentators have seen, I've seen on the internet since that release trailer, it's now going to be called Lewis Hamilton F1. Because that's basically what it is. It's the Lewis Hamilton F1 show. They're going to actually remove the 25 and just call it F1 Lou. F1 Lou. Lou. F1 Lulu. That's what it's going to be called. F1 Lulu. Oh, I love Lulu. I really do. I wonder how much he got paid for that. Well, as I said in an earlier message, he retweeted the trailer. So I'm presuming that he was very happy with what he got paid for that. TB Naked says Will F1. Oh, God. I thought you wanted the points. The fact that they basically confirmed that all the YouTubers get paid to hype up said pile of cack. Yes, breaking news for you right here, because this is the only channel where you'll hear this, because all the big F1 YouTubers won't announce this, will they? Because they get paid by EA. But yes, basically all the YouTubers get paid to hype up the F1 game, apart from this one, because I have no affiliation with Codemasters whatsoever. I used to do their beta test back in the day, and I used to sit down literally and write out a 4-page essay of stuff that I felt needed improving in the F1 game. I used to post it on the Codemasters forum, on their private beta forum, whatever it was back in the day. I'm going back to 2018, 19, something like that. And I never ever got any kind of acknowledgement from anyone at EA or anyone in those forums. Not a dicky bird. And one day I was looking at the forums, and the great man himself, Mr. Benjamin Daly, Tiamat Marduk, posted in the said forum that I'd posted in as well, and he said something about I can't remember which game it was. It was probably 2019. Something about, oh, we need some clearer badges or whatever for our cars. Something absolutely irrelevant that nobody gives two craps about. Absolutely irrelevant. Badges on your cars or whatever. And literally, I saw that post come up, and literally within 30 minutes, he got a reply from Codemasters. And at that point, I went, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm not gonna sit here and write out 4 pages of questions that you should be improving the F1 game if you're going to completely ignore them and just answer Tiamat Marduk's totally irrelevant and random question within 30 minutes after posting, where my post had been up there for about 4 days. So yes, I've got no affiliation with the F1 game whatsoever, so I can tell you exactly whether it's going to be any good or not. And I can tell you right now that F125 is going to be basically a copy paste of F124, and it just amazes me. I'm coming to TB, Will, don't worry. I'm getting him ready to be naked. What amazes me is they did exactly the same with F124. They knew they had a fundamental problem with that game in regards to the AI. The AI, if no one knows about this in F124, is absolutely appalling. They just go into these huge DRS trains, and if you have the proper map on the screen, not the tiny little map where you can only see the first few cars, but the complete track map on the screen, you can see exactly what is going on. And basically, all the cars are in a conga line all the way throughout the race because they're just following each other. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. I've never even seen that in an F1 game before. Not even their previous efforts from EA of having F1 games, which was the absolute travesty of the F1 2001 and F1 2002. Even those games, although I do believe you couldn't see all the cars on the circuit, but even those did not have the cars going in a conga line all the way through the race. But that's exactly what is happening on F1 24. Now, EA, Codemasters, whoever makes the game, because I get confused these days, they must have known there was a problem from day one. But instead of fixing it, they just said, no, let's just ladle in all these seasons or whatever every couple of months. Let's go for season 2, season 3, all that. And then hopefully that will mask the problem that the fundamental gameplay element is not working properly. The number one reason you buy an F1 game, the number one reason you play an F1 game is for the artificial intelligence if you play career modes like I do and like you lovely people out there do as well. That's the number one thing you play the game for, is the artificial intelligence, to see how it could. Now, every year they change that AI. Sometimes it's very, very fierce and people don't like it. Sometimes it's not fierce enough. F1 2020, I've seen a lot of people recently saying that F1 2020 was not aggressive enough with the AI, and I agree with you. But as I said to someone the other day, when that game first came out, the AI was very aggressive. But one of the big F1 YouTubers complained about it and got a response from Lee Maffer, the creative director of controller, I don't know, of Codemasters, whatever his official title is. And he fixed it personally for them and made the AI less aggressive. Yes, just for one person. Everyone else had to suffer, but that one person was happy. So you had F1 2020. Now, 2021 was a little bit of an evolution, a little bit more aggressive, but not too. And then 2022, they went absolutely overboard, and the aggression of the AI in that game is just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. In fact, at times it's unplayable. 23, they sort of went backwards a little bit, and the AI was actually very good in 23. It's a very playable game with the AI. But then in 24, they've gone bloody ridiculous again. Absolutely ridiculous. The AI is just so overpowered, it's unbelievable. If you've got no ERS battery going down the straights, you might as well forget it, because you will get passed from miles back. If someone's driving the circuit in China and you're in Great Britain, you will get passed if you've got no DRS battery going down the straight. It does, because they are just that overpowered. You will get passed. So there was a fundamental gameplay problem in F1 24. And now we're almost, about 11 months now into the F1 cycle of F1 24, and they've never fixed it. They've never fixed the AI on F1 24. Now, in the past, if there's been problems with the AI, they have gone back, but they've never done it with this game. So that shows you their commitment and how much they don't care. They don't care. And I foresee the same problem going to be in F1 25. I'm hoping that the first thing they've done is fix the AI, because that's what everyone's been complaining about. I'm hoping that's what they've done, but have they? I'm not so sure. Anyway, for Mr. Will F1, TB Naked. Da 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 da. Bloody hell, TB. What you got these on? Da 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 Oh, look at him. Look at him. Look, he just looks so much naughty when he's naked. So much naughty. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, oh, naughty bear. Naughty bear. Oh, God. Ah. I feel like Rod Hull and Emu in his final years. It's like I can't go on. I can't go on. I can't go on with this fucking puppet. I can't go on anymore with this fucking puppet. I really can't. I just can't. No. Oh dear. There you go, Will. Just for you. TB naked. I've got to put that back on now. Later. Right, bloody hell, the chat's been blowing up. What's going on? Show us the point standings. I will get to the point standings, Will, but I better read his messages out. I was going to get well behind. Where did we get to? There you go, lol. There you go. That's where I was up to. TB naked. Oh, and yes, they've confirmed that YouTubers get paid. Show us the Moaning Yorkshireman channel, Dave. Okay, Mr. Will F1 Gaming. If that's what you want, that's what you get, because that's what we do around here. Your wish is my command. Well, within reason. This is YouTube. I'm not going that far. Where is he? Now just to show you, look, let me make myself smaller. That's what she said. Look, here's the Moaning Yorkshireman on my subscription list. Look, he's top of my subscription list. Yes. Pretty decent, eh? Number 2 currently is Mr. Bald and Bankrupt. And it's like Top of the Pops. Hi there, pop pickers. Yes, it's time for the top 10 once again. I would play that music, but I'll get copyrighted, so I'm just going to sing it. At number 10, it's the Moaning York. No, I'm doing it the wrong way around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. At number 10, it's My Mate Vince. In there at number 9, it's VDJ Smile. At number 8, it's the Gebs 24. At number 7, it's Polish Eddie F1. Number 6, it's EA Sports F1. Now, number 5, we got everyone's favourite. Yes, it's the great God himself, Mr. Arava. Number 4, it's a name I could never pronounce, and I'm not even going to try to. And at number 3, it's Paddock 43. Yes, well done, girls. Well done indeed. It's amazing what 43 lesbians can do, isn't it? And at number 2, it's the Bald and Bankrupt. And at number 1, yes, pop pickers, for another week, and he's now top of the pops. It's the Moaning Yorkshireman. So there you go. There it is. Just for you, Will. The Moaning Yorkshireman. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to see when he looks like he's about 12 years old? Let's go to videos. Let's go to oldest. There you go. Look at this. Just look at the state of that. Look at the state of that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just, where was that? 8 years ago. 8 years ago that was. What's he doing? Playing records. Oh, that's original. There you go. He started 8 years ago. The Moaning Yorkshireman. Oh, we got to do this, lads, haven't we? Let me put my let me put my netherphones on. Come here. Come here, headphones. So let's go back to the ancient times now, before the dinosaurs were on the earth. And here is the Moaning Yorkshireman. I've got to remember to turn my volume down because I'm going to blow my eardrums out. Here is the Moaning Yorkshireman with the very first video he ever made. 8 years ago now. It's got 267 views. It's now going to get 268. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, God, there's adverts. No, no. Oh, I hate you. I hate you, YouTube. I hate you. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bloody adverts. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Here we go. Sorry about that. Bloody ads. Here we go, lads. History in the making. History in the making. There we go.
Hello guys, and welcome to a brand new video. This is the Moaning Yorkshireman channel, and yeah, basically I'm going to be whinging and ranting and moaning and groaning about modern day things, as well as things like when you grow up and all sorts of shit, you know what I mean. It's going to be light-hearted, I imagine. I don't know. It's probably going to be absolutely chaotic and crap and dismal and boring, but, you know, so long as you lot stick with me.
That's basically what he's been... Let me rewind that.
Chaotic and crap and dismal and boring, but...
That's basically what it's been for the last 8 years.
But, you know, so long as you lot stick with me, I'm not bothered. I've got a whopping 0 subscribers, so, you know, thumbs up for them likes and shit like that. Oh, I hate that. I'm never going to put at the end of my video, oh, thumbs up, guys. Oh, thumbs up. Let's slap a like on it. Because it does me head in. So I'm not going to be starting any of that shit. All I want is just for you guys to have a bit of banter, have a bit of fun. Take a piss if you like. I really don't care. And it's just going to be about my life. Things I like to rant about, things I really hate in the world, and yeah, so this is just an...
Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, I'd just like to point out the fact that on the right hand side there is a video recorder. Now, not many people will have seen a video recorder in the wild, but this is an actual video recorder, circa sort of 1987 possibly, and underneath that looks suspiciously like some kind of DVD recorder as well. So we got a video on top and we got a DVD recorder as well. Once again, possibly some people in the chat won't even know what I'm talking about. But yes, back in the day we had DVD recorders, and that was the only way that we got our entertainment. Right now, all you do is you press a button and you get Netflix and what have you. But back then in the day, everyone, if we wanted entertainment, we had to put a disc in. Yeah, a chuffing disc in. That's right. And the joys of disc entertainment. I can't tell you the joys of disc entertainment. Yeah, you put the disc in and it comes up as this read error, won't play. Sorry. So then you have to take the disc out. You have to get a bit of cloth, microfiber cloth, and you have to rub the disc. Rub it really hard. Rub it really hard. Get it nice and clean. Get that disc nice and sparkling clean. So it's like absolutely pristine condition. You put it back in, load it up. Disc read error, disc won't play. You see, you kids are just never going to experience that anymore. You're just never going to experience it. You're really not. Anyway, carry on, Josh. You were talking about being boring.
Introduction to what it's all about, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's leave it at that. Yeah. So, yeah. It's been emotional for my first video, I must say. The first video will be shortly following this one, because I'll do them all in one go and then just upload them whenever I can, because I'm not going to be like one of these that, oh yeah, I'll always do on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and oh...
I just like to point out that his crawl room is always on a Tuesday. Anyway, moving on.
Oh God, I'm really sorry, guys. I couldn't upload. I got laid with school, and oh God, guys, you don't know how much pressure I am under making videos for me millions of YouTubers. You don't have a fucking job. Just, fuck's sake, just upload a video. It doesn't take 5 minutes. Oh, I've just been overwhelmed with life.
Oh dear, those words will haunt him for the rest of his life. Just upload a video, it only takes 5 minutes. Yes, it does, Josh, you're quite right. It only takes 5 minutes to upload a video, yes.
Life, it's just, Jesus Christ, it pisses me off. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is, I'm no set plan, I'm recording what I want, when I want, and uploading it when I want. And yeah, that's basically it. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you don't, then don't do it, don't watch the video. It's as simple as that. I really don't care. I'm only doing it to pass some time off, so yeah, that's as good as it's getting from this introduction video. I'll start crying at the massive support when I get 10 subscribers. And if you want to put some questions and stuff in bottom that you want me to answer, we'll do that as well. But until then, I think someone's
much
adult,
love.
So I'll leave it at that anyway. But yeah, catch you later, guys.
So there you go. It's there you go. It's just for you, Will, that was, because you requested it. Right, let's switch that off. Switch that off. Let's get back to the chat. Frey Bentos says, I have official confirmation from one YouTuber who got paid by them. Yes. Which YouTuber was it, says Will F1. Hello, Mr. Plino Pletty. What's the stream? He says, get Liam Lawson on this all seasons rubbish. I'll tell you what, it's a bloody good job you're here. Because in the morning, where's my bloody pen? In the morning, I've got to do the AI voice. And at this precise moment, is that a pen? That's not a pen, is it? No, that's a flash drive. That's not a pen. I haven't got a pen. Oh, where's my pen? Yes, in the morning I've got to do the AI voice for the all seasons, and at the moment I have not got any ideas. And Liam Lawson is a good idea. But I should also write down Yuki in case Liam Lawson voice doesn't come out right, or I can't find enough of his voice because I haven't heard a lot of him around. But thank you. Yes, we will see if we can do Liam Lawson. There you go. Get Yuki Shinoda. Yes, I got them both down. Don't worry. Will says, Plynal, stop spamming. I'd rather be playing F1 2020 instead. Yes. Frey Bentos says, not revealing them on here since they're generally a decent person compared to most F1 YouTubers. Oh, he must be talking about me then. Not according to the Paddock 43 girls. If you're watching, hi girls. How you doing? Frey Bentos says, spam, more spam, extra spam. Plano says, I didn't know whether the Hookster was going to be live this week or not. Well, when you say live, that's quite a leading question. I'm alive, but whether I'm live is, well, it's questionable. But I am here. I'm going to try and be here every single week. Of course, it's not going to happen because I'm going to get sick one week and I'm not going to be here. But for every week I can, I'm going to try and be here, minus the breaks that occur in the Formula One season, like the summer break. And I think you get another break now, don't you, just before the last 5 rounds of the autumn season start. So apart from that, I'll disappear, because if you've got a 3-week break and a 4-week break, I won't come on because there's absolutely no point, because there's nothing to talk about. But these are good because even though there's no race this weekend, I can talk about what happened during the last race, and then next week, of course, I can start talking about Japan. So, you know, it all evens itself out. But when you got like a 3-week break, there's nothing to talk about, so I will take breaks. But apart from that, I will try and be here every single week. There's another reason why I'm here. You may have noticed a sort of uptick in my presence on YouTube recently, and I will explain that, because last year I didn't hit my 4,000 hours target. Now, I've not had anything from YouTube saying they're going to remove my monetization. I'm hoping they've looked at that, because I was 3,726 hours out of 4,000. I'm hoping they're going to look at that and say, okay, he didn't have such a good year last year, but can he improve on it this year to keep his monetization? That's what I'm looking at, because it's been 3 months now and I've not heard anything from YouTube. But the good news is that my watch hours over these past 3 months, where I've been doing more on YouTube, have now risen 22%. 22%, which I'm quite happy about. Unfortunately, to get the 4,000 watch hours in, obviously I need a target of 1,000 hours every 3 months to get over the 12 months. I'm still down that target. Okay, we're almost at the end of March, and I'm currently at 620 watch hours for these last 3 months. So I really need 1,000, okay, to carry on the montage. But obviously, if I just continue and keep going, then hopefully I will be able to catch up and get to those 4,000 hours. 4,000 hours is a huge target to actually achieve, if anyone doesn't know, because a lot of people on your videos, this is all to do with your long form videos, okay? That's where you get the most watch time. But most people will only watch a maximum of 4.5 minutes of a half an hour video. That's what my metrics say. They're only watching 4.5 minutes. So if you add all those up to make up to 4,000 watch hours, it's a huge undertaking. And obviously with the decreased popularity of Formula One right now, you know, it's taken a blow to the watch hours. But this is why I've sort of increased my presence on YouTube, because I want to keep the monetization going, because unfortunately it's a fact of life. If your videos haven't got ads on them, they do not get pushed by YouTube. They just don't. They don't get pushed, and so you get less views. And so if I lose the monetization, I'll be in an even worse position, because I'll be getting even less views and I won't be able to catch up with the watch time. So yes, I'm trying desperately to try and get this watch time up to these 4,000 hours. Now, I announced yesterday, because they've announced that Breaking Point 3 will be in F1 25, I will be, once again, for all your entertainments, I will be going through Breaking Point 1, 2, and then we will be segueing into Breaking Point 3 when it's released on the 30th of May. So I'll be going straight for all the breaking points, which I shall be doing all as a live stream. I know you guys loved it the last time I did it. For the first time in this series, I will be doing the first breaking point on the hard difficulty, because if anyone remembers the last time I did it on the medium difficulty, this time we're going hard. We're going hard. And unlike my F1 videos, I can't cheat, because you will see me live putting it onto hard. So I've got no opportunity to cheat. So I've got to do it on hard. But I know you guys all loved it the last time, because I found some of the challenges very, very difficult indeed. Very, very difficult indeed. So that should be some fun. So I'm going to try and start that in April through into May as well. And then we should be able to segue right into Breaking Point 3 as well. There'll all be live streams, and it'll all be quite late at night, so it'll be like pretty much midnight, something to watch for before bedtime. But I shall try and get all those breaking points done to basically increase the watch hours and hopefully get them up. But I'm doing okay. I say I'm very happy with a 20%, 22% rise in the watch time, which is great. So I will continue and try and keep going. Spam, more spam, extra spam. Exclude Frey Bentos spam pie. Yes, we don't like that one, do we? Exclusive. Mr. Regard says, rule number 3, cell phones are completely, utterly and totally banned. No WhatsApp, no Google, no Kindle, no Tinder, no X, no Instagram, no Shazam, no nothing. Well, I can tell you, Mr. Regara, we had a time like that. It was called the 80s. Yes. In the 80s, we had no WhatsApp, no Google, no Kindle, no Tinder, no X, no Instagram, no Shazam, no nothing. Yes. If you wanted to talk to someone in the 80s, you actually had to go and see them. I know it's amazing, isn't it? Amazing. How on earth was that even a thing? But it was. You actually had to go and see them if you wanted to talk to them. We did have phones, but they were only just coming in. Literally just coming in. Yes. And if I just get my little my little 9-inch tablet here, okay. That was about the size. That was about the size of our mobile phones back in the. Oh, take my headphones out. Was I going to give up myself? That was about this was about the size of our mobile phones in the 80s. Just imagine that. Yeah. Only literally. I'm trying to do that so you can see it on the camera. Think of it like that thick. So basically, like the thickness of a book. Thickness of a book and about that size. Okay. That was our mobile phones in the 80s. Okay. And even worse than that, the phones were analog. Not digital, analog. And the trouble with analog is trying to get a signal. I mean, you take it for granted now, but literally back in the day, yeah, if we wanted to talk to someone, if we had to go outside and we literally had to run around and we'd sit there going, hello? Can you hear me now? What? No, I can't hear. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yes? Hello? Yeah, I'll be there at 4 o'clock, okay? 4 o'clock, okay? Bye, catch you later. And that was it. That was our communication back in the 80s. Nowadays, you just WhatsApp someone and it's all done, isn't it? What are you talking about? I don't know what he's talking about either, but I'm just responding to what he's put in the comments. So last year's game was basically F104 with the conga light. Yeah, it was. Yeah, very similar to F104. Very similar. Your phone cannot be in your hands whatsoever. Planel Plessy says, playing F198 again and the commentary was wrong. I passed Johnny Herbert, but Murray says he's just gone past John Alesi. Yes. Now I can explain that, Mr. Planel Plessy. I can explain that. The game had a serious amount of audio lag. In fact, it was so bad that literally Murray would be saying things that had happened 5 minutes ago. And he was literally saying as if they had just happened. The lag on that game was horrible. Just the audio lag. The cars were alright. There wasn't any sort of audio issues there. But the actual commentary had about 5 minutes of lag on it. It's very, very weird how that worked. I don't know how it worked, but it just did. Horrible. No Facebook. No Facebook. No, absolutely. Mr. Will F1 has message retracted. Well, say what you're going to say, Will. Don't say message retracted, you know? Just... Frey Bertos says, Planner Plessy, stop kidding yourself. F1 2020 was an absolute pile of cack, like all the modern games have been since 2011. There we go. Another opinion. Will F1 says, everything is cack in your eyes. The AI have been horrific ever since about 2019. Oh, I can't remember that far back. I thought the AI was pretty decent on 2019. I can't remember. I haven't played 2019 for quite a while. Will F1 says, Lando Norris's racecraft has always been cack. Yes, you're quite right. I remember a Red Bull passing me with no front wing in 22. Such is the crap AI. Yes, 22 was god awful. What the hell's going on here? Let's just skipped up the bloody chat very, very quickly. Yeah, I can't remember 2019. You might be right. I can't remember that far back. AI. I don't know. I'll have to check that. You think I just realised that now, Will? Once upon a time, Liam Lawson was a Red Bull driver. The end. Yes. TB naked. We've done it. We've done it. Planel Plessy says Liam Lawson did less races for Red Bull than Robert Doomboss and Antonio Luizzi, and they were both replacement drivers. Yes, he has. He has. Oh my God. He's just, I don't know. He's turned into the next Ricardo Rosset, hasn't he, Liam Lawson? He really has. And I didn't think you could ever get a driver. Now, as I say, it's still debatable whether it's the driver or whether it's the car. But I never thought we'd get a driver as bad as Ricardo Rosset. But yes, we did. Yes, we did. This chat will last longer than Lawson's Red Bull career. You got that right. You got that right. Will F1 says Luizzi doing a few races with Red Bull was in his contract. Oh, there you go. Frey Bentos says, oh, I just love that name. I was watching your F1 2002 100% race video just before. Again. I know. Paddock 43 says Will. Yes, big up the Paddock 43 girls. Yes, big them up. Hi, girls. They're bad to be watching because they're big fans of the Hookster show. Yeah, that's so I've heard on the grapevine. They're big fans of the Hookster show. They watch it every single week. Religiously. Yeah. No, not really. Crystal Racing is the GOAT, says Mr. Rugara. Top of the dodgy presenters. Show us Paddock 40. Oh, God, here we go. Oh, you talk about Crystal Racing. I was looking through my subscriber list a couple of weeks ago. And Crystal Racing's been subscribed to me for about 7 years. I went, what? I didn't even know. I honestly didn't even know because I very rarely look at my subscribers list. I don't think once you get past 1,000 subscribers, it's not something you constantly look at and go, oh look, I got a new one today, or oh look, it's not something you really sort of look at, to be honest. And yeah, Crystal Racing's been subscribed to me about 7 years. And I didn't even know it. Okay, here we go. Now look, be nice, everyone. Okay, be nice, because you know we're going to go to Paddock 43 now. Okay, let me make myself smaller. Here we go, lads. Here we go. Paddock 43. But oh my goodness. That's unfortunate. They were on 165 subscribers earlier. Now they've lost one. Well, that's very unfortunate. Sorry, girls. It wasn't me. I'm still subscribed to you. Look, there I am in my subscriptions list. I'm still subscribed to you. Yes. I'm committed to the cause. I am committed to the cause. So it wasn't me that left you. It wasn't me. So here they are, everyone. Paddock 43. I'm promoting them now. They should be paying me, for promotions. Yeah, I'm promoting them now. Let me see what little gems we got from Paddock 43. This is their latest short video, I think, which they brought out the other day. See, I'm still committed to you girls. I'm still a subscriber. After this, they'll probably block me, but here we go. Make sure I don't blow my eardrums off. Here's their latest short video, lads. Just for everyone out there in the land of YouTube.
Saw someone say that the Red Bull second seat is the real life equivalent of the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher position in Harry Potter, and now I can't unthink it and I can't unsee that whole scenario. Saw someone say that the...
There you go, lads. There you go. Harry Potter. Harry Potter in F1. Fantastic. Now the latest videos. They've done a few because it was the Australian Grand Prix, and of course they were there at the Australian Grand Prix because they live in Melbourne in Australia. Yes, And I haven't been stalking them. I just, you know, it's very easy to find this information out. It's readily available, so stop it now. Stop it. It really is readily available. So the last video, 282 views. Well done, girls. Well done indeed. Look at that. Wow, they're getting more views than my videos. Wowzers. And they've got very little subscribers. So well done. Well done, girls. Well done indeed. Fantastic result. See? Better than my crap any day of the week. Better than my crap any day of the week. So they were catching up on the last video with F1 Academy driver Joanne, is it Chiconte? I probably butchered that to death, but I'm going to say Chiconte. And then we had Kate Reed breaking into F1 as a Williams F1 engineer and the challenges. Yeah. Now, I actually sent a very helpful message on this video to the girls. Didn't get a reply back, but obviously it's because they hate me now. You know, because I'm this what's it called? Misogynistic. Yeah. I didn't even know what that meant. I had to look it up, but I guarantee you girls, that's not me at all. No, that's not me at all. But as you can see, I left a very helpful comment there about the thumbnail. I'll go back to the thumbnail because this is a very easy mistake to make when you're doing YouTube thumbnails because you don't actually see this. And what I said to the girls is that when you make your thumbnail, don't put any of the words in the right hand corner because the timestamp covers it up. As you can see there, meet Dr. Kate. Meet Dr. Kate. You see, you can't see it because the timestamp covers it up. But I say that's a very common mistake that people because you can't see that timestamp when you upload it. Can't see it. So I was very, very helpful. See, because I'm a very helpful lad. I really am. See, very helpful. Very helpful. So, and on the next one there, you can see that I didn't actually put any sort of, whether that was my influence, I'm not claiming anything, but, you know, on the next one, there was no words on the screen. So it may have, I don't know. I don't think so. But yes, I was actually being helpful. I was being helpful. I would have liked to, you know, reply, you know, thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave. Something like that. Anything like that. I don't know. What's their oldest video? It's, they've only been on YouTube for a year. Now, there was 3 of them, I noticed. But one of them's not with them anymore. I don't know why, but I say the tall one because the other one's just as tall, but that one standing there, as you can see, she's not in it anymore. She's left paddock 43. Yes. So, very strange. There she is there, a bigger picture of her there. There you go. So she's not in paddock 43. So they're all they started off doing podcasts, as you can see. Podcasts. And then this is I think this is their first actual. This is their first actual video. I've got to be very careful here because they might have used copyrighted music. I don't care for these 5p in revenue I'll get from this stream, but I just hate it when it comes up and you're giving money to music people that probably don't even own the music anyway. But anyway, let's have a look. First video.
We are going to
First video from the Paddock 43 girls. Comments are turned off, unfortunately. They really shouldn't. They really shouldn't. You know, I'd never turn the comments off. And have you seen the abuse I get? But here we go. Here's the very first proper video, I think it is, from Paddock 43 at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's obviously last year's Vegas. Right, okay, go.
the Vegas Grand Prix. Going to the Las Vegas Grand Prix in Melbourne. Showing at the Loom with yours, GP. Let's get ready. All right, I need to do my mascara and
Oh, there's the music. I can hear it in the background, so I can't play any more than that. But there you go. There are the Paddock 43 girls. Just go subscribe to. They need 1 million subscribers. That's what they need. They need 1 million subscribers by the next Grand Prix in Japan. So go drop them a sub, yes, and like all their videos and leave them lots of lovely comments because they love the comments. They love all the comments. They really do. So go for it, lads and lasses. Go for it. There you go. I've just promoted them. Are they going to pay me any cash for this? I don't know. I don't think they are, but they should do, because I've just actually promoted them on my channel. There you go, Paddock 43. There's nothing else I can do for these girls, you know. I mean, oh my god, I spent an hour on Instagram apologising, and now I'm promoting them. So you know, go subscribe and what have you to Paddock 43. Fantastic, great stuff. Great stuff. Let's make myself bigger again. That'll be a first. Right, I've got. Oh, here we go. Let's see where I was. Plynal Plessy says, on top of the pops tomorrow night, the first 2 episodes after Diana died. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Which means it'll be Candle in the Wind 97 soon. Yes. I remember that. He changed the lyrics, didn't he? I remember that, yes. But very sad to hear the news about Elton John, has to be said, because apparently he hasn't lost his eyesight completely, but he pretty much can't see right now, which is very, very sad. We all take our senses for granted, and then you reach a stage where, you know, you start to lose them. It is very sad. I mean, seeing is, you know, horrible thing to lose. It really is horrible thing to lose. So it's quite sad. But he is, you know, he is getting on a bit. As old Elton. He was around in the good old days, back in the 60s and 70s. So, yeah. I'll tell you the other one, Phil Collins. I'm very sad to see him now when he's up on stage, looking very frail and very gaunt as well. So sad. I used to love Phil Collins. Yes. The Buster soundtrack is probably the best soundtrack ever. I'm going to say it out loud, but I think it's probably the best soundtrack ever for a movie anyway. There was just so many bangers on that soundtrack. It really was. At number 3, it's Name Redacted. Play the Back to School video. Play the Back to School video. Is that the Moaning Yorkshireman? Oh, God. Oh, God. Look, I might get done by the YouTube police, you know, for showing for showing underage stuff. I don't know. Back to... I forgot what you said, Will. Show the... Play the Back to School video. I got it. I got it. Back to School. Here we go. Here we go.
Right, hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Moaning Yorkshireman. As you can see, we're going back to school. Now, I've got all my old reports out and, you know, all sorts of stuff that we're going to go through, and we're going to have a right laugh, because I've been chuckling to it myself. Now, the lesson we're mainly going to be focusing on is a lesson called Art and Design, to give it its proper title. And that's not because I didn't like art, it was because I didn't like the teacher. And the teacher really didn't like me. So I've got 3 years worth of art, and 2 of them are with one teacher. Year 9's with the other. We'll have a look at the difference, shall we? So, let's have a look. We'll just go through, we'll just flick through. As you can tell, it's all legit, it's all written on there, you know. So this is Year 7 French report, just for a, you know, so you get a comparison to what art was like, you know. So, Josh is a pleasant student who can work well when motivated, and often shows an interest in French studies. I really didn't. But, you know, there we go. He does find some aspects of language learning challenging.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh. Oh. Yes, I haven't got YouTube, what's it called? What's it called? YouTube Premium, isn't it? You get the ad free. I'm not paying for that.
I like the new arrival.
Hmm? Oh, I'm going to say hello.
And can give up too easily. But, you know, Who didn't? It were French, year 7, I was 12. I really didn't care. But yeah, overall, a very good start to French. Well done, Josh. That was French. So, if we go to art and design now, with the other teacher, I'm not naming names, but yeah. Here we go, here's art and design. So, bearing in mind I just worked really well in French, Josh has worked erratically in this subject and has been inconsistent in his effort and approach. Oh, get you. He has made slow progress in the development of his skills and now needs to increase his levels of concentration in class. Thank you. Josh is disorganised at times in class. He often forgets equipment and finds it difficult to listen to others. Don't. Josh can work well individually.
No surprise there, then.
Working as part of a group, usually distracting others and losing concentration. I beg to differ on where I've got with that one, love, working in a group. But anyway, we'll carry on. He's a lively member of the class. Oh, thanks. Is that good? That's as good as it's getting. Who is sometimes challenging in his attitude towards others. Josh now needs to make more consistent efforts in his approach to make greater progress. Yes. Well, thank you very much for that, Miss. I'm not saying the name, but thank you very much for that, Miss.
Yes, thank you very much for that, Miss. You know, I could do a whole roasting series on these videos, couldn't I? Jesus, bloody hell, a whole roasting series on these videos. Anyway, let's get back to the chat. There you go, just for you, Mr. Will F1. Ed Sheeran is a solid artist, says Mr. Regala. Will F1 says, I hope Josh turns up now. No, he won't be. He won't be, don't worry. Put on his advent calendar. Oh, God, please. I saw Josh's last video, says Plonal Plessy. He has an Andrea Moda shirt on. Yes, he did have. I remember that. Will F1 going and TMY decide to destroy the world. Frey Benton says, you mean a VHS, Dave? Yes, that's right, a VHS. Are you sure you aren't talking about every PS2 in existence with your disc stories? Yes, that is true. That is every PS2 in existence. Because, oh my God, did they go through not only lasers, but they went through discs as well, especially if it's a slim one. If anyone remembers, it had a serious problem with its ribbon cable, and it would basically, as you put the disc in, the ribbon cable would jump up and scratch your disc. It looked like you put the disc in a box of kittens, basically. Yeah, you just grab this complete box of kittens. You know what kittens are like? There's like, you're talking about, I don't know, 120 claws, and they're really sharp, and you just grab your disc and just chuck it in there. Just chuck it in there with a box of kittens, and then that's exactly the same as what happens with your PS2 when you put a disc in, if it's a slim version, and the ribbon cable comes up. Literally, it just sits there and goes scratch, 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 and you come out, oh, that's nice. I'm sure that's going to play well now. Yes, and guess what? It doesn't. No, because it's fucked. Yes, well done. They've actually got, believe it or not, a 3D printed solution now to that problem. It's like a little clip that goes just above where the laser is, and it stops the ribbon cable from jumping up. Yeah, it's quite innovative, and the bloke who's selling them, I think, has sold quite a few of them, because there's still quite a few PS2s around. So yeah, if you've got a PS2 with a dodgy thing, look it up on Google. It's not very expensive, because it's a tiny little thing. But as I say, it slots in. You have got to take your PS2 apart, unfortunately. But it slots in on top of the laser, and it stops that ribbon cable from jumping up when you put the disc in. So it is a permanent solution. It really is. It never jumps up again, because this little clip stops it from coming up. So it is good. 3D printed. It's amazing what they can do, you know, especially something useful like that, which a lot of PS2 owners need. And I'll say, but it's on Google. I don't think it's that expensive. I think it's about 10 quid or something. So it's not mega bucks. But yeah, it solves the problem of the PS2 ribbon cable coming up. Frey Benton says, 8 years of Josh and not a modicum of improvement. You're absolutely right. In fact, I think he's probably got worse. Damn, says Mr. Rugara with lots of smiley faces. So many smiley faces. Frey Benton says, Helmet Marco for the all seasons. Oh yeah, that's another one. Helmet Marco. if I can get his voice, because I don't think Helmet's been on the YouTubes very often. I don't hear him very often. Next time Josh delays a Crawl Run video, all of us comment it only takes 5 minutes to upload it. Yes, I like your style there, Mr. Will F1 Gaming. Yes. Let's remind him of something that he said 8 years ago and turned out to be complete shit. Just remember that, everyone. It only takes 5 minutes to upload a video. Yes. And he was saying that 8 years ago when it probably took about 4 hours to upload a video because the internet was so slow. Or the connection was so slow. So, yeah. But even now, trust me, everyone, it takes longer than 5 minutes to upload a video. Oh, my God. There's no such thing as just uploading a video anyway, because you've got to sort the description out. You've got to sort out everything that goes with the video. All the writing underneath that video, that's all got to be typed out. I don't type it out. I just, on the All Seasons, I just copy paste it from the previous episode and just change the actual title of the video. Because I have to say, it's a very useful YouTube feature that they've incorporated, where you can just copy paste. If you're doing the same series, you can just copy paste last week's episode and just change the numbers for like the episode number and stuff like that. It's really good. I use that all the time because it saves a lot of time. But if you're making a new video from scratch that you haven't done that, like a lot of my F1 videos talking about real F1, I have to do that all from the start because I'm talking about different topics. And so you've got to fill all that description in as well. That takes time. And then, of course, you've got the thumbnail. Now, my thumbnails are all shit. I know that because I make them all myself, and I am not a good thumbnail maker. I usually just get a picture off of Google and just put some words over the top of it, and that's it. That's as far as my thumbnail abilities go. And I know my thumbnails are shit. They're all shit, but they're all made by me. That's why they're shit. Yes. I don't have someone from outside making me these beautiful thumbnails because you have to pay people to do that. And this channel runs on a shoestring budget. It's got a budget of 0 pence. Yes. Every penny that I make from this channel goes back into the channel again. So there you go. Yeah, I know. I like that. I like that, Will. It only takes 5 minutes to upload a video. In fact, I've got a request for everyone in this chat, because I know you'll do it for me on Josh's next Crawl Room video. Okay, don't explain the context of this, because it's always a lot more funnier if you don't explain things. But everyone in this chat on Josh's next video, please type in, it only takes 5 minutes to upload a video. He won't know what the hell it's on about. He'll be questioning it for weeks and nobody explain what it means. Just type it in. Spam it as many times as you like. Okay, just put in, it only takes 5 minutes to upload a video. It'll drive him crackers because he won't know what the hell you're talking about. I heard you got 30k points in the NBA, Mr. Bentos. Good work. I'm a pie. How can I play in the NBA? Yes, it must be very difficult for a pie to play in the NBA, I must admit. Very, very difficult indeed, because, I mean, you know, you go all mushy, don't you? If you're left out in the sun too long, you're just going to end up as a mushy pie. Yes, a mushy. Oh, God, that was a terrible joke. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Hookster is always live every week because of the ERL. This is true. This is true. This is true. We might have a problem with the ERL because, unfortunately, 2 of our members are on PlayStation 4s, and F125 is not going to be on PlayStation 4. I'm currently discussing whether they're going to get PlayStation 5s, but, you know, they may not. They may not. Those 2 guys are sort of, you know, of an age where they're like, stuff and nonsense, all this modern gadgety equipment. My PS4 works fine. Until it blows up, I'm not getting rid of it. So we might have a problem. We might end up with only 5 people in the field. Anyway, that's a discussion for later. 5 people watching, says Will F1. Wowzers. Well, to all you 5 people, I say welcome along. Welcome along. You're always welcome. Potentially, Will F1 Gaming is Sonic the Hedgehog in his next life. Is it the hair? Is it the hair? Is that the reason? Frey Bentos says, are you actually... No, he's in my chat. That's what he is. He's not high. He's just in my chat. Well, time to do a marathon of the all seasons rubbish then. Yes! That's it. That's what we need. Another all seasons. Oh, God, the bloody... Why does it do that? All I do is click on the right-hand side and it scrolls it right up again. Well, time to do a marathon of the all seasons rubbish then. Yes, absolutely, Pliable Plessy. I've got 3 people right now going from the all seasons from start to finish because they leave me comments. 3 people right now are going through the all seasons from start to finish. I plead the fifth, says Sayer. Oh, that means he might be. Frey Bentor says, I'm watching the F104 all seasons before Codemasters made it boring. You won't even finish F1 2021 Breaking Point before F1 2025 releases. Will, that's very cruel, but at the same time, very true. Very true. Because I'm so slow. So bloody slow. I really am. I really, really am. I really am. F125 says Platinum also has something to do with the F1 film, but I don't remember what it is now. I can answer that question. There is going to be some chapters, a little bit like Breaking Point, as a tie-in with the F1 movie. It's not been fully explained what that's going to involve. However, did say he didn't know whether it's going to be tied in with Breaking Point. I don't think it will be. I think they're 2 separate entities. But it sounds like we might get like 4 or 5 chapters of something from the F1 movie as well. If that's the case, I will tag that onto the end of Breaking Point 3 when I've done that as well, because that will be quite nice to see, because it will carry on, a narrative structure, so I shall tag that on. But yeah, it sounds like probably 4 or 5 chapters, like a sort of mini DLC from the F1 movie, which we know is going to be absolutely brilliant and the best movie since Grand Prix 1966, James Garner. It's going to be better than that film because can't fail, can it? It can't fail. Can't fail. Do you know they wouldn't even let them have an F1 car? They wouldn't even let them have an F1 to use in the movie. So that F1 car is an F2 car, and it's just been dressed up to make it look like an F1 car, but it's actually an F2 car because they wouldn't let them have an F1 car. Bastards. Bastards. Oh my God. They could have given them surely they could have given them a 22 F1 car, surely. As long as it's got the new front nose on it and what have you, so it looks modern and up to date. Surely they could have given... There must be loads of F1 22 cars lying around somewhere in a warehouse or a garage or whatever, because they don't get rid of them, do they? They just keep them and then sell them on in about 20 years' time for an enormous profit. But yeah, surely they could have given them an F1 22 car. It's only like 3 years ago, isn't it? But no. So that is an F2 car dressed up to look like an F1 car. It's going to be an amazing movie. I'll tell you, I've got my tickets booked already. I should be straight to that movie theatre to what? No, that was a joke. I will not. I probably won't even watch it if it's for free. No, because it's going to be CAC. Yes. Brad Pitt hasn't made a decent movie since Seven. It's sad, but it's true. It's very true. Say I shut up, says Will F1. Frey Bentos says, Dave still uses that phone now. He has a key. He has to turn it on. You're quite right, young man. In fact, it hasn't got a key. That's far too modern and up to date. What my phone has got, which I'll demonstrate using my 9-inch tablet by Lenovo, not sponsored in any way, but it hasn't got a key to start it. No. At the front of my phone is a little hole. Well, I say little because it's a big phone. It's sort of there. Okay. I'm just trying to stop the bloody tablet coming up in case I give away some sensitive information. But there's a little hole at the front of my phone, and that's where you put the coal in. Yes, that's where you put the coal in. Yes. And you have to wait 5 minutes and then when the steam comes out the top of the phone, it's ready to be used. Perishing kids. Winding up an old guy. That whole game was horrible, except from the intro. Yes. A bug in F198, say it isn't so. Yes, it is, Mr. Frey Bentos. It is so. Yes, it's got an audio glitch on it. As I say, all the audio, for the commentary anyway, not for the actual game noises. The engine sound alright, but for Murray, poor old Murray, they actually said something very derogatory when that game first come out. They said it sounded like Murray was doing the commentary from the care home, which wasn't very nice. Wasn't very nice because Murray wasn't that old then, and he hadn't even retired from Formula One. He was still in it at that point. But yeah, they said that the commentary was so behind that it sounded like he was doing it from the care home. But there you go. In that respect, it was right, because it was literally about 5 minutes behind what was actually going on the circuit. You could literally be like 2 laps later and it says, he takes a pass for the what? I did that 5 minutes ago. Terrible game. Terrible game. Verstappen to replace Norris at McLaren and Norris to Haas. Heard it here first. Yes, that's right. You heard it here first, everyone. Verstappen's going to McLaren. What are Red Bull going to do, says Plano Plessy, when Lawson does better than Tsunoda next week? Yes, that's going to be a, as I said at the start of the show, don't forget, FIA regulations. As I say, I don't know how long these have been enforced, whether they've just come in the last couple of years. As I say, they always change the regulations every year, so, we don't get to hear about them. They've only got one more driver swap at Red Bull, and that's it for the rest of the season. And we're only 2 races into the season. So don't forget that. They can only play one more driver swap card, and then whoever they pick, that driver has to race until the end of the season, barring, of course, accidents or injuries. He has to race to the end of the season. So if Yuki doesn't do well, they've either got to swap him back with Lawson, or they've got to get someone else in. That would be a huge ball ache for Red Bull. It really would. Oh my God, because getting someone new in, completely, untested in the Red Bull would be a disaster. But then again, swapping back Lawson could also be a disaster because they've already got rid of him because he wasn't performing. Oh my God. It's not good news at Red Bull. And to top it all off, of course, we got the added thing of the fact that the Red Bull is not the fastest car anymore. Max is absolutely wringing the neck of that Red Bull, and he's doing a damn good job, I have to say. Damn good job. But it's not the fastest car anymore. So they've got double trouble. Really have. Double trouble. Oh, come on. He's not Rossett levels. At least Rossett never got dropped mid-season. That's true. 43 lesbians. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. No, Dave, what are you doing? Put a video on. Put a video on. Can't wait for their OnlyFans. Fast but silly. McLaren Racing. Oh my God. Paddock 43 haven't replied to my comment. I did notice that, Will. Yes. But don't worry, they didn't reply to mine either. So it's not just you. It's not you. It's not you. They were obviously paid to be in Melbourne. Well, yeah, of course they were. Of course they were. I can tell you that one of their sponsors is Veloce Esports. Doesn't take a lot of digging to find that out, but yes. Christian Horner is a melt, says Will F1. Paddock 43 are melts. Saye is a melt. Shut up, yikes. Paddock 43 are cack, says Will F1. 43 bimbos. Show us Jack Nick. No. Las Vegas, they definitely got paid to go on that. Yes, I still believe Kimi Räikkönen is a faster driver than Fernando Alonso, and I'm not changing that opinion. Comments are turned off on Josh's first video. Are they really? I didn't look at that. Wow. Wow. Was he expecting lots of answers? Was he expecting lots of answers? We don't talk about that, man. No. Good. You would, because you're full of cack. Fantastic. Yes, Elton said that he only performed that song 3 times, apparently recording, in rehearsal and at Diana's funeral. Phil Collins made one great song and for the rest of his career just created total cack, said Faye Bentos. I disagree with that opinion. You're entitled to that opinion, obviously, because, as I say, I do like to encourage free speech. But I also disagree with it. I think Phil Collins made at least 6 bangers. 6. Don't ask me to name them, because I can't remember, because as you know, I can't stream and talk and remember things at the same time. But I propose he made at least 6 bangers. I can only 2 hearts. Absolute banger. Banger. 2. But the other 5, just, they'll come to me, but later. My oh my, someone needs to tell Josh about this. Josh will be at work, so yes. Mrs. TMY hater. Never knew Paddock 43 were Josh's old teachers. Jack Nichols for the All Seasons. I might start it now, says Will F1. Brendan Hardley for the All Seasons. Oh, Brendan Hardley. Now, if anyone remembers, I did a catchphrase for Brendan Hartley back in the... Can you remember what it was? That's right. Yes. Brendan Hartley. So gay. So bloody gay. Yes, you can't say that now. No, that's going to offend at least 50 million people already just by saying that. But yeah, I did back then. And it wasn't exactly a long time ago. It was only 2018, I think, wasn't it? When Brendan Hartley was in the... was in Formula 1. Nothing will beat the immortal god that is driven. Yes, or how I like to call it, drivel. Yes, drivel. Nothing beats drivel. That is the greatest, not even an F1 movie, is it? It's Champ Cars. But that is the greatest motor racing movie of all time, is drivel. It's pure Shakespeare. Every word that is uttered by everyone in that movie, it is like Shakespeare. It really is. Every single word. I just can't. If you haven't seen that movie, you are not a motorsport fan, because you've got to go see it. You really have. You've got to go see it. Yes. Brilliant movie. The bit where they're racing through Chicago in Champ Cars, nothing's going to top that. I'm joking. It's absolute cack. Is there even a cinema in Chatham, or has it already been burnt out by now? Now, calm down, young man. We do have all the attractions in Chatham, and yes, we have got a... No, wait. No, we haven't. Have we got a... I can't even remember. It's been so long, I can't even remember if we still got a cinema in Chatham. I think we may have, but it's on like the outskirts of Chatham, so it's not really in Chatham. It's right on the fringes. Yeah, it's there somewhere. But I can't even remember the last film I went to see. I think it was a Star Trek movie. I think it was. Was it? I think so, but that was a long time ago. Paul Petty says, Murray Walker pretty much carried F1 98, then F1 99 happened, and it was a much better game. Yes, F1 99 was a much better game. The only thing that I was disappointed about F1 99 was the collision detection, which, if anyone's played the game, it was horrible. It was so unrealistic, and you'd end up sort of sticking to the car, and then you'd bounce off of it. That was disappointing. But the rest of the game was a lot better. The graphics were sensational compared to F1 98. They really were. They were really great. Where is Tsunoda going to go once he absolutely flops? All seats are basically taken for next season. Well, they could get rid of Liam Lawson and put Tsunoda back in the Racing Bull seat. So they could get rid of Liam completely or make him a reserve driver. That's a possibility, because it all depends on how he performs in the Racing Bulls. That's always a possibility. So it's not over for Tsunoda, but he's definitely in a very precarious position right now, for sure. He's stepping up to the top plate, and he's got to perform. Phil Collins was in a GTA once. There was a mission where you had to stop the stage lights falling during a Phil Collins show. Yes. GTA Vice City Stories for the PSP. Yes. And later it was actually brought out on the PS2, which is the version I've got. Yes, PS2. Great game. I loved the Phil Collins bit. It was actually 3 missions in total, and it sort of carried over. You did a mission for Phil, and then there was like a couple of missions gap, and then you do another one for him, and then there was a final one for him. I think the final one was he was in a chauffeur-driven limo, and you had to get him to safety, and there was all people, you know, coming after him and firing at him from cars and whatever, if I remember rightly. But it was a 3-mission sort of mini story within Vice City Stories. So yeah, it was great. It was great. I mean, his voice was in it. He was playing Phil Collins. He had the pastel suit from the 1980s. It was glorious. It really was glorious. A very underrated game is Vice City Stories. Very underrated. I've got it on the PS2. I never had it on the PSP, so I don't know how good it was, but it's pretty damn good on the PS2, I have to admit. Pretty damn good. Name all the Phil Collins bangers, says Fred. I just did one. 2 hearts. Oh, you're such a pain, aren't you? I'm going to have to look it up now. I don't know if this will work or not. Phil Collins banger songs. Perhaps Mr. Google. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Google AI has come up with an answer to Phil Collins banger songs. Here we go. In the Air Tonight. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Now that is a banger. In the Air Tonight. That was very early 80s. That was probably one of the very first songs that I was sort of introduced to music. Absolutely. Against All Odds. Da, 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 da. Da, da. That's another banger. Another Day in Paradise. I wouldn't say that was a banger. So we've got 1, 2, we've got 3 so far with 2 hearts. Another Day. Easy Lover. No, I wouldn't. Studio. Studio. I wouldn't call that a banger. I Don't Care Anymore. Take Me Home. Wish It Would Rain. Separate Lives. Don't Lose Something Every Day. You Can't Hurry Love. There you go. That's another banger. That's 4. That was also in Buster, I think, wasn't it? You Can't Hurry Love. Land of Confusion. That's an absolute banger. That's 5. Land of Confusion. And Mama. That's another banger. There's your 6. And Groovy Kind of Love, which I said earlier, I think. There's your 7. There you go. Phil Collins bangers. There they are. Plant Pin says, if you failed the mission, failed capture would say, Phil definitely felt it coming in the air tonight. Yes. The last race in Driven made absolutely no sense. It was supposed to be Detroit, but apparently they were racing in Montreal. Yes, well, nothing made much sense in Drivel. Phil Collins performed In the Air Tonight on Top of the Pops once in 1981. He had a paint pot with him. Against All Odds was Cack. How dare you? How dare you, Mr. Pie Man? I'll tell you what. Your steak and mushroom pies are not very nice. No, your steak. No, they're a little bit bitter. Mr. Frey Bentos. A little bit bitter. Your steak and mushroom pies. Yes, I don't like them. I prefer your steak and kidneys any day. How dare you come into my chat and say Against All Odds was cat? That's outrageous. That's the worst comment I think I've ever seen in all my life. That eclipses all the hate I've had over Panic 43. It's ridiculous. Against All Odds is a banger. banger. If anyone agrees with me, just type into the chat right now, please. Banger. Put in banger, just because Frey Bentos needs to know that this is a thing. Just everyone type in banger if you think that Against All Odds was a great Phil Collins song. Thank you very much. Apparently it's because his wife had an affair with a painter and decorator. Ooh, nice. Nice. A little bit of subliminal messaging. I like that. I remember he also did a ton of soundtracks for Disney for some random reason. Yeah, he did. Didn't he do Tarzan? I think I remember him doing Tarzan. I don't know. Fabian says, good thing I'm a steak and kidney. Oh, you got away with that then, didn't you? Because you're a steak and kidney. Yes. All right then. I'll let you off because you're a steak and kidney. I will let you off. How long have I been on? Bloody hell, it's been nearly 2 hours again. I can't believe it. Right, to finish off, for Mr. Will F1, wanker is more accurate. Oh, I don't have to put up with this, you know. I really. F1, 25 points. Oh, I've probably done that wrong. F1 point standings. It's very difficult typing when you've got a bloody great microphone right in front of your fingers and I can't type properly. Point standings 20. Just get on with it. Thank you. Here we go. So just for Will F1, who's probably already fallen asleep, to be fair, here are the updated point standings because, of course, 3 cars were disqualified. 2 of them were Ferraris. Yes. Oh dear, Lulu. So Lando Norris currently leads the championship at the moment with 44 points, lads. Oh dear. That's not a very good omen, is it? 40. Now, whose car's got the number 44 on it? No, it's escaped me. It's escaped me whose car that is. But anyway, he's got 44 points. Maxi Boy in second with 36. George and Russell's in third with 35. Oscar's Pastries in fourth with 34 on the back of that tremendous victory in China, of course. Kimi Antonelli, the first of the rookies, is in 5th place with 22 points. We've got to give a round of applause to Kimi Antonelli. He's doing a great job in that Mercedes. I think you'll agree. Doing a bloody good job. Bloody good job. Alexander Albon is also doing a bloody good job in the Williams. 16 points. Then we've got Esty Bestie in the Haas. 10 points. Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin has got 10 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari who's got 9. Let that sink in, everyone. Yes, as Mr. Lionel Plessy told me last week, Aston Martin are ahead of Ferrari right now. I don't believe it. I don't believe any of this is real. We are now living in the Matrix because it can't be. You cannot have, what's his name? Lance Stroll, that's the one. You cannot have Lance Stroll ahead of the Ferrari. No, it's not possible. I don't believe it. It's all make believe. It's all make believe. We're not even living in reality right now. Can't be. Lulu's in 9th with 9 points. Charles is in 10th with 8 points. Nico Hulkenberg bloody hell is in 11th place with 6 points. Ollie Behrman's in 12th with 4 points. Yuki Tsunoda currently has 3 points in the Racing Bulls. Carlos Sainz, the smooth operator, has only got a single point so far for 2 races. 15th for Isaac Hajar, no points of course. 16th for Pierre Gasly. Liam Lawson is now back in those racing, or should I say in the Racing Bulls, not back. Or was it? Yeah, he was. I can't remember these driver swaps. Jack Doohan, no points. Gabriel Bortoletto, no points. There you go. There you go, Mr. Will F1. We've done it. We have done it. We have done it. Yeah, he did Tarzan. Brother Bear too. Yeah, I thought he did Tarzan. They were. I must admit, those songs in Tarzan were very. He sounded like he definitely dialed those songs in on the phone. The effort just wasn't there from Mr. Phil Collins. No, I'm presuming he just took the money and ran with it because they were very uninspired songs. I have to say. That'll be all the points Yuki scores this season. Oh my goodness! On that bombshell, I'm going to say goodnight. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always. Thank you very much to the Frey Bentos steak and kidney. Thank you. Thanks very much to the Stay Bentos. See, it's getting late. It's past my bedtime now, so you know. To the Frey Bentos steak and kidney pie for joining us tonight. Well done. And thanks for making me want to eat a said steak and kidney pie now. And I can't because I haven't got any. And even worse than that, my local shop's shut because it shuts at 10 and it's now 11. So thanks for that. Thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, of course, to Lionel Plessy as always. And also to Mr. Will F1. Yes, the famous Mr. Will F1. Yes. Special round of applause for turning up. and Mr. Rugara as well. Thank you. And basically, if you can send me a message about the medication, because I'd like some. I'd like some. Yes. I get especially bad around 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, I sort of try to stay awake, but I want to go to sleep. So if you've got anything to way, that'd be fine. Thank you. Anyway, let me know. Send me a message. Kids, I was only joking. Don't you do it. You stay away from those drugs. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ever. Absolutely. Right, that was my serious face. Who else we got in here? Mr. Rugara. Lionel Plessy. Who else did we have? Oh, we had Polish Eddie right at the start of the stream, and Daniel S as well. And Jason Ely was in there as well right at the start of the stream. They didn't actually say anything once the stream had started, because I think you scare them all off. You scare them all off because they're frightened to put something in the chat because they might get absolutely brutalised. That's what it is. If your name's Daniel or Jason, please don't be afraid to put something in the chat. Okay, I do moderate these chats. Yes, it doesn't look like it, does it? But I do moderate them. So anything completely offensive will be removed. And especially if you're a pie and you say something completely offensive, you will be put in the oven, young pie man, and you will be cooked for 22 minutes. Gas mark 8, I do believe. That's how you cook a Frey Bentos pie. Yes. And I think that's everybody. It is. Good luck eating me. I'm on the opposite side of the country, where it's a bit like you are, because if you weren't, I'd be eating you right now. Oh God, that sounded absolutely terrible, didn't it? That sounded absolutely... yeah. Let's end the stream right there, everyone. Yes. I'm talking about the pie. The pie. I want to eat a Frey Bentos pie right now. He's tormenting me now. He really is tormenting me. If I was transporting to Chatham, I'd have my tin nicked anyway. This is very true. There are no Frey Bentos steak and kidney pies in Chatham. They've all been stolen. Yes. They use them for wheels for their cars now. Yes. Got these cars running around with these little Frey Bentos tins on them, using them as wheels. Yes, that's what we have in Chatham. David and Jason cancelled. Yes. Hooky cancelled. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. Anyway, on that bombshell, I'd just like to say thanks so much for everyone in the chat tonight. You have been awesome as always. Now, of course, no Grand Prix. Well, anyway, I was going to say, what are we going to do with no Grand Prix? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to wait 7 days until the next one comes up. Yes. Oh, there's my little timer. That says it's time for my medication. So thanks everyone for joining me. Now, I won't be here on Sunday. So I will be back on Monday. So the All Seasons is out on Sunday. Please feel free to leave your comments, but they may not be answered until the Monday because I won't be here. Yes, I'm having an early whatever birthday party because it's my birthday next week. I mean, I'm still here at home, but I won't be here to answer the messages. So yeah, I'll probably be Monday before I get round to it. But leave your messages in All Seasons as always, and I will get back to you eventually. Yes. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. And as Mr. Jerry Springer said, look after yourselves and each other. Good night.